So hi, I'm Brianna Masters.
And I'm Alexis Hoja.
And today we're going to be talking about third-party inventory arrangements.
So the scenario that we're kind of talking about is when you're auditing a client and the client has inventory that is being held by a third party. So you as the auditor have to confirm that the third party has proper controls in place to ensure that the inventory that your client that's being held for your client is held in a secure location and that is being held by an entity with strong controls. So some examples of inventory arrangements that you guys have probably heard of are consignment and resale arrangements, and also use of inventory for financing, such as if a company is using its inventory as collateral for a loan. Okay. So some of the auditing procedures that you'll be doing in when confirming this inventory, definitely perform confirmation procedures. So sending confirmations to the third party to ensure that the amount of the inventory and the condition of the inventory that your client states is with this third party is actually what the third party has on its records. If this is not enough, or the auditor's judgment feels like that there needs to be some more evidence, another procedure that the auditor could perform would be to actually physically inspect the inventory. So go to the third party's location and verify the condition and the existence of the inventory. This is all according to the International Auditing Standard 501 that's produced by the IAASB. So SOC reports are service or system and organizational control reports. There are three types of reports, but the first one, we're going to be talking about the first one today, which verifies the controls at that third-party organization. So SOC1 reports are intended to aid both the client and the auditor when a client is utilizing a third-party service. So they assess the controls at a service organization that's relevant to user entities and the internal control over financial reporting at the third party. So this is an example of how an auditor might use an SOC1 report. They might ask first whether controls are relevant at the service organization or the third party where the inventory is on hand, and then review the SOC or SSAE 16 report to understand how the controls or how the control system operates at that third party and whether they're strong enough for to their audit opinion.
Okay, so some benefits of SOC1 reports are improved risk management. So experienced independent audit teams evaluate the existing processes and controls over financial reporting to identify opportunities for improvement within the organization. So independent reviews of control environments is another benefit. So through compliance with regulatory guidance and leading industry best practices, SOC1 reports will support a service organization's ability to address a financial statement audit with greater confidence. Another benefit is that there are decreased costs, because service organizations without an SOC1 report may be subject to further testing, which of course would be more costly for the organization. And then finally, enhanced communications. So a well-described system in an SOC1 report can increase transparency to a customer and improve its understanding of internal controls within financial reporting. So another type is SOC Type 2. So assesses the fairness of management's description of its control system, and it also has appropriateness of both the design and operating effectiveness of the system of controls in relation to the control objectives determined in the description. In SOC Type 1, SOC1 Type 1 assesses the fairness of management's description of its control system, and also the appropriateness of only the design of the system of controls in the relation to the control objectives determined in the description. And then SOC1 Type 1 and SOC1 Type 2 reports also only apply to specific dates.
So here are our sources, and then we're also going to have a quick video talking about SOC1 or SSAE 16 or 18 reports put in right at the end here.
Hi, my name is Jim Jimenez, and I'm the managing partner of SSAE 16 Professionals.
And I'm Tim Ronsvich, the SSAE 16 practice leader at the firm. There's been a lot of confusion in the marketplace around the transition from SAS 70 over to SSAE 16. We're here to help. Here's an educational video to give you an overview of the SSAE 16.
The SSAE 16 audit, also known as a SOC1, provides a means of reporting on the system of internal controls over financial reporting. For audits that are not specifically focused on internal controls over financial reporting, SOC 2 audits are the best option. SOC 2 audits focus on one or more of the trust services principles, which are security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. SSAE 16 Type 1 and Type 2 reports can be issued. A Type 1 audit tests if controls were placed in operation as of a specified point in time. A Type 2 audit tests the operating effectiveness of controls over a period of time of at least 6 consecutive calendar months. Most user organizations require their service provider to ultimately undergo the Type 2 audit for the greater level of assurance it provides. The 5 essential elements that must be incorporated in the SSAE 16 report are 1. The service auditor's opinion. 2. The management's assertion letter. 3. The description of the service organization's system. 4. The service auditor's test of controls and results of those tests. 5. And lastly, other supplemental information not covered in other sections. At SSAE 16 Professionals, we understand that many clients completing an SSAE 16 audit for the first time benefit from undergoing a readiness assessment. For more information about readiness assessments and the benefits they provide, please watch our Readiness Assessment Overview video.
Thank you.
Thank you.